Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Rachel Bennett, and I am the media specialist at Boca Raton Elementary School. And today I'm going to share with you some information about using Lumio in your classroom. One of the best things about Lumio, it's already on the portal. You go to your Google Drive, open up by clicking on the Lumio icon, and your Lumio will pop up. If you have a smart panel in your classroom, it's perfect for working with Lumio. If you don't, teacher computer and Chromebooks, student Chromebooks, very beneficial from using Lumio. So today we are going to discuss using Lumio tools to gauge student understanding. So how do you know if your students have got what you're trying to teach them? So I picked a lesson from the Lumio library. It's called Reading with Epic Jabari Jumps. So let's get started. So we're going to start with a shout it out, which is a whole group activity. And this is for you. Question for you. So, how or what do you use in your classroom to gauge student understanding? How do you know that they're getting what you're trying to teach them? So, this would be where you would be typing in your comments. So, you might say that you use a Google form or use anecdotal notes or you use an exit ticket. Lots of ways to gauge student understanding. But today we're talking about how Lumio is another tool that's easy and quick for the teacher to gauge our students getting what you're trying to teach them. So, with our story, Jabari Jumps, if I was teaching this in the classroom, it starts with an attention grabbing activity. It's going to engage prior knowledge, it's going to make us connections to the story. So, my question is, how do you feel when you try something new? Students would grab the sticky notes, they would use the typing icon, it would open up a box to type in. So they might put that they feel scared when they try something new or maybe embarrassed. And then write about or draw about a time that you tried something new, maybe learning to ride a bike or maybe swimming or whatever it is. So kids make a personal connection to the story. And then the teacher would do their lesson on sequencing and say, we're going to sequence Jabari jumps. So we would read the story. I would click on the Epic logo. The text of the book would come up. It looks just like the book, only it would either be you would be projecting it or it would be in the smart panel. No more are you having to read a page and show everybody the pictures. You can still model your reading behaviors with the text on the screen. So now I need to know, can the kids sequence Jabari? So I'm just going to click here and go to edit my lesson. I need to add a Lumio activity to see what kids have learned. So I'm going to go down here to the plus. Since I'm doing sequencing, I'm going to go to my game-based activities, and I know that rank order is a great learning game for assessing if students can sequence some items. So I'm just going to type a couple of things that happen in Jabari. So Jabari took swimming lessons. He sees the other kids diving, so he wants to dive. Jabari wants to dive off a diving board, but once he climbs up, he gets scared. He gets scared. And at the end, he tries again and he is successful and makes a big splash. If I were doing this in my classroom, of course, I would make my sentences a little bit more detailed, but for this purpose, let's click next. Since this is swimming, we'll do the underwater theme and we will finish. While that is generating, let's think, is this something that you think kids would enjoy in your class? It's definitely something, a little different from paper pencil. definitely a little bit more engaging. So hopefully it's something that you think that kids would enjoy. So let's preview our lesson. So let me move this out of the way. So first, what happens first in the story? Jabari took his swimming lessons. It's correct. So the kids know it's correct because it has a check mark. So it's self-checking. So kids know if it's right and the teacher knows. Let's see what happens if they put something that's not right. So he tries again. Oh, that's not right. So it puts it back in uh, with the other sentences to make another selection. So Jabari wants to dive. He gets scared. He tries again. It's all correct in sequential order. So I can see my kids got it. So let me go back. So I have my lessons in order. I have my activity to gauge my student understanding. Now I have another question for you. Let me go to finish editing and go back to the lesson. So I have a question for you. It's going to be popping up. So this is another whole group activity. So is this something that you think you would use in your classroom? So you would put your response. Since there's nobody's here right now, there's no responses, but I think this is a great activity. I think kids would like it, and I hope you agree and will be using Lumio in your classroom. Thank you for watching.